I'm Dr. Robert Lelouch, a board-certified OB/GYN physician with over 30 years of clinical experience. And today we're going to talk about episiotomies. An episiotomy is a procedure that we do to help make room for the baby's head. It's where we make an incision in the lower part of the vagina to enlarge the opening. There's a midline episiotomy straight down, and there's a medial-lateral that goes off to the side. So episiotomies are rarely used now. Used to be much more frequently. So when I first trained, we did them a lot more often, and there was always a debate. Should you do an episiotomy or not? The camp that said you should do it was, if you did an episiotomy, you had a very clean, straight cut that was easy to repair. If you don't do an episiotomy and a woman has a large tear, it's jagged, it is definitely more difficult to repair. The argument not to do episiotomies said, well, you'll have less tears and less repairs. And there were some good studies years ago, the last 20 years, that did clearly demonstrate that if you really reduce the number of episiotomies performed, you will have less tears. And I have definitely experienced that in my practice. So in the last 10 years, I have performed almost no episiotomies. Very rare. What are the circumstances where we might need it? Well, if the baby's in trouble and the baby needs to come out rapidly and you need some more stretching to do, it might be a reason to do an episiotomy. Or if there's something called a shoulder dystocia, where the shoulder is stuck, there's a whole nother video of that, and where the baby's not fitting or coming out. And sometimes one of the maneuvers to get the baby out is to deliver what's called a posterior arm, and you gotta put your hand in there, and there isn't room without doing an episiotomy. So that might be a reason to do an episiotomy. Another is, again, if there's distress and the baby has to come out rapidly and you might need to use a vacuum or forceps, again, that increases the chance of tearing. So having a controlled tear with an episiotomy might be a choice that your physician, delivering physician, would choose. That being said, I have done forceps, I have done vacuums, I've had shoulder dystocias, and I really have to struggle to think of when the last time in the last 10 years I've needed to do an episiotomy. So thankfully, it is less often done. I do less repairs than I used to do. And also, when there is a big tear, it is more difficult to repair, but it still works out fine. So overall, in the United States, the trend has been decreasing significantly over the past 10, 20 years. It's now about 5%, I believe. Some other countries, it's higher percentage. But in the end, it is something that you won't have to encounter too often. But it's always a good idea to talk to your provider if you have further questions of it. Hope you found this information of value. Please leave your comments. Thank you.